I want to talk about something that many parents in the UK deal with, but few actually understand. What really happens when you enter the family court system, and why so many parents feel scared, confused, or judged before they even say a word. Family cases were emotional, stressful, and often life-changing. But what many people don't realize is that court outcomes are influenced not only by the law, but also by human behavior, how parents communicate, how they present themselves, and how they react under pressure.
Today, I want to explain why this happens, why some parents, especially foreign parents, are at a big disadvantage, and how a better strategy can completely change the outcome. Why parents struggle in the UK family court system. Many people assume that judges make decisions only based on facts and legal rules. But in reality, judges also look at a parent's credibility, cooperation, organization, and behavior. These things are human, emotional, not legal. If a parent appears calm, confident, respectful, well-prepared, they usually get better procedural decisions, not because their case is better, but because they look more stable and in control. But what if you're not calm? What if you're scared, confused, or overwhelmed? Behavioral economics, especially the work of Kahneman and Tversky, shows that when people are under stress or feel threatened, they don't think logically. They act out of fear. They focus on loss aversion, the instinct to protect what matters most. They can misinterpret information or react defensively. And in family court, the thing you're afraid of losing is your child. Nothing triggers stronger emotions. So when a parent is stressed, confused, or afraid, their behavior can look chaotic or aggressive, even though inside they're simply terrified. Why this is worse for Polish and other migrant parents living in the UK. Now imagine you're not only stressed, but also living in a country that's not your own. For Polish parents and many others from abroad living in the UK, the situation is even harder. They don't fully understand the legal system. They don't know what the court expects from them. They may not understand the language well. They often don't have family support here. They're afraid of authorities. They may have had negative experiences with institutions in the past. All of this creates a perfect storm of fear and confusion. And what happens then? They become nervous, defensive, suspicious, not because they're bad parents, but because they're unsure what's happening and they feel alone. If nobody explains things clearly, ideally in their own language, they might react in ways that seem inappropriate or aggressive. But the truth is, they are not aggressive. They are scared. They are not uncooperative. They don't understand. They are not irresponsible. They are overwhelmed. Unfortunately, in court, these reactions can be misinterpreted as instability or lack of cooperation. You need to know why focusing on positions creates conflict. Another problem is that parents in conflict usually argue from positions, not interests. This is something the Harvard negotiation model explains very well. A position is what you say you want. An interest is the reason behind it. For example, in a divorce, the mother says, "I want full custody." The father says, "I want 50-50. These positions look like a war. But when you look at the interests, the mother wants stability because she works irregular hours. The father wants meaningful time with his child. These needs are not enemies. They're actually compatible. When you understand interests, not just demands, you open the door to real solutions. So what is the strategy? Here's the part most people never learn. Winning in family court is not about being loud or emotional. It's about being strategic. A strong strategy includes understanding your interests and the other parent's interests, not just saying, "I want this," but explaining why it matters. Staying organized and clear. Even if you're emotional inside, your documents and communication must be structured. Getting information in your own language, because clarity reduces fear, and reduced fear means better behavior and better decisions. Not reacting from panic, slow down. Think before you act. Emotional reactions help the other side, not you. Presenting yourself as cooperative, stable, and child-focused, judges respond better to parents who appear willing to work towards solutions, focusing on the child, not the fight. When you talk about what the child needs, not what you want, you sound more reasonable, and you are more reasonable.
So here's the message I want you to remember. Parents don't fail in court because they're bad parents. They struggle because they're scared, confused, and unsupported. Especially when they come from another country and don't fully understand the system. But with the right strategy, understanding your interests, getting clear explanations, managing your reactions, and staying child-focused, you can communicate better, make stronger decisions, and protect your child more effectively. Fear creates chaos. Knowledge creates stability. And strategy creates results. Prepared by Anna Montgomery, Family Court Strategist.